Are we up? Hello, check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. Oh goodness. Come on, not today, kids. Thank goodness. I was starting to panic there a little bit, guys, to say the least. All right. Type in a hello, everyone here. All right. All right, so I sound good too. Thank goodness, man. All right, guys, as you can tell, I'm once again at a remote location today. This is going to be an abbreviated one, so if you have questions, throw them out immediately. Otherwise, welcome to the Monday edition of the Mike Meyers Ask Mike Anything live stream. The goal of this live stream is to provide those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus an opportunity to continue our studies on CompTIA certifications. We concentrate here on the CompTIA A+, Net Plus, and Security Plus, but we're certainly comfortable with lots of other IT certifications, and also IT certifications, both in CompTIA and outside CompTIA as well. So this is how this works. Number one, it's AMA, Ask Mike Anything. So you ask me questions. The way you ask me questions, you just type them over here, or depending on how you look, over here into the chat window, and just type in your questions and I'll answer them. It's that easy. So let's go ahead and get started here today. Is it this way or this way? All right. So anyway, first of all, let me see who's on. There's any. Alex is on. Hey, Alex, good to see you, man. I scrolled towards the bottom. Patricia's here. Tolowit's here. Outstanding. Don Odinga's here. Mohammed's here. Good to see you again, Mohammed. Andre, of course. Love you, Andre. Mike B, afternoon. 15 years of Tier 2 text desktop support. Working to pivot into security. Watching your Security Plus course currently. We'll take at the end of the month. Good luck to you there, Mike B. Knock 'em dead. And then come back on here and let us know how you're doing. We'll take tests of the month. CCNA by end of June. CYSA end of July. That is a pretty heavy load, but Mike B, hey, we were in NOM together, man. I have every confidence you'll do a great job. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, with the remote location and so many things going on. First of all, I knew on Wednesday that I was going to be at a remote location today, and I had promised to do a reverse DNS. And I put together a nice little presentation, and then I probably forgot that I was going to be remote, where I can't do. It's hard to be me, kids. It's hard. Anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and save the reverse DNS discussion for Wednesday. I apologize if you run off on me. I will not be offended. I understand these things, but we will definitely have it on Wednesday. I actually kind of went overboard anyway on the reverse DNS discussion, and it ended up being fun. So sorry about that. I know I promised I should learn. I need somebody who's standing next to me at all times, because my brain goes like this constantly, and I'm constantly thinking about technology and things to play with, and then I forget what color underpants I have on. So that can be a bit of a challenge sometimes. Okay, so let's take a quick look. Does Mike dive into Certified Ethical Hacker and OSCP at all? I do not. Certified Ethical Hacker is you actually cannot teach CEH courses legally, although nobody really pushes that very hard. But the other reason I'm not is because I got to tell you, the Pentest Plus from CompTIA is, in my opinion, more challenging than Certified Ethical Hacker. It is much cheaper than the Certified Ethical Hacker, and it's getting a lot of traction that people are really starting to recognize Pentest Plus, and that Certified Ethical Hacker, in my opinion, is starting to eclipse. And so that's just my opinion on that. Unfortunately, we do not do OSCP at this point in the game. Mike B, only decision is staying in current job through all 3 tests or jump after Security Plus. Yeah, I'm always one to say, first get a job. But in your case, you got a job, Mike. If you're in a groove where you can knock all those certs out in one shot like that, then I say go for it. And go ahead and just get those and then make your jump would be my quick guess. Da, da, da. Catherine Legrand. Greetings all. Hello, Catherine. Da, 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 da. Anytime you see me looking over here, it's because I'm looking for questions, guys. Oh, goodness. Got a big scroll there. Sorry, guys. I'm just scrolling through trying to find questions. Okay, so a couple of things. First of all, just because you guys are nice enough to show up, we're providing 50% discounts on combination ebooks and Total Tester. Now, when I tell people that they have to study for an exam, I always tell them you need, number one, you need a book. Number two, you need videos. And number three, you need practice questions. Those are the three things that I can assure you gives you the best chance of passing any certification, not just mine either. And to that end, just because you're nice enough to show up, all you have to do is head over to our website, www.totalsem, that's TOTALSEM.com. Head over to the merchant area and check out our amazing products and pick one ebook, like an A+ ebook, and then pick the A+ Total Tester. And then you put those together, and just before you check out, type in the word Enigma, ENIGMA, like the Enigma code, or Mike is an Enigma wrapped in a sock. What is, oh, that was the Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster. Anybody catches that reference, I'm going to love you forever. So do keep in mind that you type in Enigma and you get 50% off. Now, folks, I'm already about the cheapest out there of the good stuff. Heck, I'm about the cheapest of the, including the not so good stuff. But you really should take advantage of that deal. And that is for anybody who's listening. Malibu 8800. Good to see you again, Malibu. Mike, I just passed my Net Plus and I want to be a network engineer. Should I go for my CCNA? I mean, anybody who wants to be a network engineer needs to be able to speak Cisco, certainly. Yeah, CCNA. That's a great place to start. Da, 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 da. Hang on, guys. Okay. So he's asking me the somebody was asking me what's the difference between MTU and MSS. MTU stands for Maximum Transmission Unit, which is the largest payload it can handle. And MSS, had to look it up because I wasn't sure what MSS was, is a parameter in the TCP maximum segment size, specifies the largest amount of data specified in bytes that a computer or communications can receive. So that's the data, okay? So the MTU is always going to be bigger than the MSS. Whew. Let me Google that for you. MSS is not a term I run into very often. MTU, though, of course, lots and lots. You know, honestly, even MTU starting to fade is a big issue. And so many times we're seeing less and less different type of packetized data. It's not that big of a deal like it used to be. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, Mike Meyers literally had to Google MSS. Sorry, man. Also, do keep in mind, guys, that we have a Discord channel, okay? Well, we don't have a Discord channel. Actually, my buddy Sigford Vanderwee has a Discord channel. It's a great channel. You should check it out. Please join us. There's a Discord invitation in the chat window. Pretty much all these crazy, especially you new guys, all you crazy cast of characters should check out the Discord channel. Discord channel is particularly nice. Number one, it's 24/7, and people are in and out all the time. Number two, we tend to get a live group that shows up after any AMA, and it's just a great place if you want to fire up your camera and your microphone and actually talk to people. I recommend it highly. Kyle Craig, I bought my towel. Good on you. Pangalactic Gargle Blaster. Pangalactic Gargle Blaster was from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and a Pangalactic Gargle Blaster was an alcoholic equivalent of a gold brick wrapped in a towel. I'm a fruit who knows where his towel is. If you haven't read Hitchhikers, why are you in IT? Richard James. Hey, Mike, do you have any advice for choosing how to specialize beyond service desk when you're interested in everything? Yeah, generally, if you're not sure where you want to go, pick an area and you'll still have fun. Right now, I would probably be going into entry-level IT security, which is pretty easy to get gigs in right now. That'd be the one place I'd look. Network engineering or network tech, so some basic Cisco certs. I think either of those ways, they're both generic enough that if you decide you don't like them, it'll be easy to launch into other areas. But I think you'll like it. NSX logo. I love that name. Hi, Mike. Is Pentest Plus test practical? It has some practical questions on it, but it's mainly multiple choice. To me, though, it's highly technical, and technical stuff tends to be more practical to me. Don O'Dingo. Mike, can you set up an MX record on 2K16 on the live, please? I could, if I had access to Windows Server 2016 and if I had DNS configured on it, but I have none of those things, so unfortunately I cannot do it. But Don, it's an interesting question. Is there a particular challenge to doing that? It should be straightforward. Poor Andre is already turning on his AC. It was 94 in Houston, Texas yesterday, man. Abacher, I was just hesitant. Hey, Mike, how are you doing? I'm doing great. I am doing super great. Sarah Perez Anderson, do you know when, if there will be the new A+ book? Yes. We're finishing up the writing of that book. You got to keep in mind, CompTIA did something unprecedented. They basically surprised everybody with a fast announcement on the new A+, which was a little disappointing. But you got to keep in mind, you can take the old A+ until October. And whenever a new test comes out, you always stick to the old test. Nobody really cares what test you take. They just want to know when you took a test. And, keep in mind, when a test comes out, nobody knows what's on it, really. I mean, I have the same objectives you guys do. That's all I got. In fact, the people who work for CompTIA have those same objectives. So it's... at this point in the game, you always want to really stick to the older exam as long as possible. Dr. Weird. I thought I heard a dog. There is a dog around here somewhere. No, there's also cats, which 2 weeks ago restarted the stream right here. That was a lot of fun. Wake up, Tolowit. Dr. Weird. Hey, Mike and everyone at Total Seminars. Had my first day of working at MSP today. Excellent. Couldn't have got there without the phenomenal. Oh, man, Dr. Weird, big round of applause to you. Well done. Congratulations. That is absolutely amazing. Andre just updated his A+. All right. I'll tell you what, guys. I want to, I know we're going to have a shorter day today because, well, that happens. But I want to do at least one giveaway. In fact, you know what? We got a small crowd here. Let's do something more fun than usual. What do I do for something fun? I got an idea. Let's stick with the classics, okay? Actually, this kind of ties into the reverse DNS. I want somebody... You're right. Here's the question, okay? So, guys, we're about to have a competition. You are now about to compete for 90-day free access to the A+, Net Plus, Security Plus question test bank of your choice, courtesy of Total Seminars. Now, in order to compete in this, I'm going to say something, and the first person to write out an answer that is acceptable to me wins, okay? So, the question is going to be this. So, get ready on your keyboards. The first person to do this right wins. When we talk about a DNS name in a forward lookup zone, we talk about a fully qualified domain name. So like www.totalsem.com would be an example of a fully qualified domain name. So, but when we talk about reverse lookup zones, you have a very different kind of nomenclature. So this reverse DNS nomenclature, I'll give you a clue. It starts with numbers. So the first person to type into the chat window a acceptable example of a reverse lookup record wins 90-day free access. No, it's not an IP address or printer record. I want to see that. It starts with a number. Some kind of number. In fact, you can start with a lot of different numbers. Now, I need you guys to type me an example. People are just typing in IP address. Might be. Come on, guys, Google it. It's not that hard. Seriously? Come on, kids. Catherine Legrand, you're actually one of the closest right there. Catherine Legrand, you're almost in that ARPA thing going, man. Come on, I'm going to make you guys suffer for a minute. No fires burning. I am happy. You're going to make me pull up an example for you. Wow, I thought this was going to be a slam dunk. You guys always surprise me. So I'll type in certain questions, Patricia. I'll type in certain questions that I think are incredibly hard and like the whole world gets it. And then I get nervous when nobody gets it right, though. All right. So a classic reverse lookup zone record is going to look something like this. There, I just typed it into the chat window. So that would be one example of what a, you guys, oh man, I thought that was going to be so easy. I blew it hard. Does that look familiar to anybody now that I type it in? Oh, we are definitely doing reverse lookup zones on Wednesday. You guys are going to like this. Oh, Vishal's blaming YouTube. Yeah, guys, I already typed it in. It's too late now. I'm going to have to do a different one. Okay, fine. Let's make it real easy. What port number does DNS run on? What port number does DNS run on? What port number does DNS run on? What port number does DNS... Okay, here they start to pop. L. Nelson had a lot of questions about forward and reverse lookup zones. L. Nelson, feel free to ask questions on forward lookup zones. You're more than welcome to do that. You can even ask about reverse lookup zones. I just have a nice demonstration for it that I can't do in this remote location, but we will be doing it on Wednesday, absolutely guaranteed. So please, if you've got questions, just go ahead and ask them. I mean, let's ask Mike anything. That's why I'm here. So don't be afraid to do it. Okay, so obviously the answer is 53. And I'm going to give this one to Logan Bennett. Logan Bennett, congratulations to you, sir. Logan, you have won a 90-day free access to the Total Seminars test bank of your choice, which we call the Total Tester. Now, Logan, in order to get your prize, you have to send an email to my buddy Dave Rush. Now, Dave is going to put information right into the chat window, but Logan, you've got to send Dave Rush an email. That's daver@totalsem.com, and check the chat window very closely because Dave will have the information that you need to be able to go ahead and get your stuff. So congratulations to you, Logan. Man, I'm surprised nobody got that reverse lookup zone. Okay. Not a big problem. He's okay, guys. All right, so guys, if there are any more questions, let's go ahead and throw them in right now, please. I'll give everybody a minute to do that. I am, speaking of finishing the A+ book, that's why I'm actually in this remote location so that my editor can crack a whip over my head. And so we're going to be getting back to that here right away. But we're going to have to cut it a little bit short. But I guarantee I will make a point to be in the studio on Wednesday to do the reverse lookup. Reverse lookup is actually fascinating. I'm always double checking myself when I'm developing a presentation. And there was some stuff in there even I learned about. It was kind of cool, actually. Trevor Sheridan, greetings from Montana. I was in Montana about 1.5 years ago. I'm curious if you've ever heard of a CNIT certification. Nope. The only structured cabling certification I was ever aware of, and this is a little bit dated, is the old Bixby. Don't ask me out. BISCI, I think is how you spell it, which is my understanding is still a good certification. And I'm curious if that CNIT certification you're mentioning there, Trevor, goes underneath Bixby organization. Trevor Sheridan is currently an infrastructure technician. Nice. Will Shaw, okay, Mike, just picked up a complete classic Pentium system. Well, why do you buy this old junk? Do you think I should attempt to power it up first and see what happens, or check under the hood first? Check under the hood first. Dust and dirt's always a big problem with all these old computers. Don Odinga, hi Mike. What's the critical thing about start of authority? Start of authority in DNS, SOA records. So if you've got like a really important, fully qualified domain like I don't know, www.google.com, you don't want to lean on a single DNS server. You would overwhelm the DNS server, and if that DNS server went down, you'd really be in trouble. So heavily used domains will have it spread across lots of DNS servers, and but there is one chief server, the one main server, and that is your start of authority. So that's every forward lookup zone is going to have one SOA record, and then there'll be NS records for all the other name servers. Will Shaw, I love old junk. I have a lot of old junk myself, Will. I don't like it. I'm shy. There you go. Vishal is helping out with the SOA. Thank you, Vishal. Really do appreciate it, man. There's Dave's got all the information up there so you can get your prize. You guys want to do one more? I'll tell you what. I'm going to make it a short day, but we will do a... I'm trying to remember. Okay. This is actually... I'm going to do another question since somebody asked about MTU versus MSS, and I had to look up MSS. Let's do an MTU question. What is the default MTU value, to the default value for the overwhelming majority of systems out there today? What is the default MTU value? A lot of times we don't even define an MTU value. Therefore, with Ethernet 2 frames, it's going to default to what? There's your question. First person to type in the default MTU value for the overwhelming majority of systems gets it. Oh, goodness sakes. See, now that one I thought was going to be hard, and all of a sudden, we got everybody typing them in. Doggone it, man. All right, so for a winner here, I'm going to have to give it to NSX to go. NSX to go, congratulations. Of course, it's 1,500 bytes. Well done to you, and congratulations, NSX. In order to claim your prize, which is 90-day access to the Total Seminars Total Tester questions of your choice, you got to send an email. You got to send an email to my buddy Dave Rush. That's Dave R at TotalSim.com. Also, be sure to check in the in the chat window, because Dave wants more than just an email from me. He has very specific things that he needs you to put in there. So do keep in mind, guys, that 1536, 1518, we'll just go with 1500. See, that's kind of a debatable one. It really is. I would make an argue on that, but I'm not gonna sweat it. But anyway, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and boogie out a little bit earlier today. Do keep in mind, I'm gonna head over to our Discord channel like right now, and I want to be able to say hello on Discord. So I hope that you guys will consider jumping over to Discord and saying hello to me right there. Put on your microphone and your camera if you want me to look at you as well. But other than that, folks, we absolutely positively will have... we will do the reverse. I got it. It's a fun little... It's not a big deal. It's a good presentation, nothing special. And we will be doing that. So until then, guys, I will see you this Wednesday. And we will have lots of fun doing all kinds of fun stuff with the reverse lookup, among other things. So this is your Uncle Mikey saying goodbye. Folks, I'm out of here. I'll see you over on Discord. Bye-bye. Let me out.